What I'm trying to determine is everybody's struggling with their inner self, you know, but we don't all want to admit that. And so as we dive deeper into that and we ask ourselves, who am I? What am I? What's the purpose of my existence? And I don't know, maybe some people go through life and they don't ever ask themselves that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You don't know. All of us are different. All I'm saying is that what I've experienced here in this consciousness is incredible. Okay. So my story as a veteran of the United States Marine Corps, you know, it gave me an incredible experience of life, of surroundings that were different from where I came from. And so it kind of awakened me to the bigger world, you know what I mean? So exactly. So, like when we went to Africa for Operation Restore Hope in Somalia, that impacted my life greatly, and I kind of saw the world from a different perspective. And I was like, man, we have everything in America, man. We can do whatever we want. It's incredible, like our bums, they live so much better than how those people were living over there. Everybody in America should be thankful for being here in this land, because at least you have a chance. You know what I'm saying? That's the America that I believe in. And that's where my consciousness was and still is. I believe in that America. It's like a safe haven. You know what I mean? Something to believe in that's greater than yourself, that offers some level of protection for how you see reality. And the way you see reality is that you believe that you deserve a chance. And so America offers people that chance. So knowing that and saying, how did we come to this point in time now where, you know, everybody in society is like clashing with each other and everything like that? And just understanding basic science and studying, frequencies and lights and repetition and all of this informational stuff that is high level science. Um, we start to analyze things down to a plant life level, and we say, okay, you look at the plant life in the fungi, and like I was explaining to those guys earlier, the fungi consumes everything on the earth. I mean, basically, it's the stomach of the earth. You know what I mean? It continues to just recycle and keep the earth going and keep it clean. So knowing how that system works and knowing that we're a part of a system of life, and diving deep into the human mind and saying, okay, we understand that we all have a pineal gland, and we all understand. I mean, this stuff's written in ancient Egypt text. It's in the Bible. I mean, it's wherever you want to look, wherever you want to get your information. This is all there. So we understand consciousness. Oh man, I'm gonna fall from this chair. We understand consciousness to come in at your pineal gland, and we also understand that there are factors within our environment that cause calcification within the human body. And so through that calcification, the pineal gland becomes blocked, and people can start to have difficulties in life. That can lead to a lot of adverse effects. So that's just science. And I mean, people understand that. So when I dive deeper into that and I say, okay, well, there's energy in that. There's energy in that science. There's energy in that thought process of saying that, hey, the most minute piece of creation is so powerful that it's a part of this bigger organism that can basically recycle, everything on Earth. And I start to think, well, we're a part of that system, right? I mean, it, exactly. We're all a part of that system. So it's a complex network, and it's hard to explain. What I mean, I don't even know how you could explain it, but what I'm trying to say is that through energy, the energy of life, we're all connected, and everything is absorbing energy. And so, through this energy that we're absorbing through our pineal gland, and how we're interpreting that energy through the systems that have evolved over time. That we know that there's reasons why we see color. We see color because we need to be able to pick out the fruits and the vegetables and the things that we wanted to consume. We had a need for these hands, the ability to manipulate and to evolve and create, because basically we're creators. And so as this creation that we are continues to evolve, and we keep searching for this quest for enlightenment, to kind of like say, hey, discipline is this is what's written in the Bible. Everybody should try to live to be this type of person, a good person, who follows these kind of rules and yada 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 yada. Well, that hasn't been working out. So what I'm saying is that, and I'm not trying to diss the Bible or anything like that. What I'm trying to say is that through all these systems and networks in life that are working in harmony together, we have to understand that we do better as a living being when we work together, when we care for one another. And the bad thing is that throughout this course in history, we've gotten to a point where we don't really care for one another. And so what I'm saying is that we've got to come together with this high level thought process and say, okay, we know science, and we know we know how to unlock these different channels of knowledge. So let's utilize some artificial intelligence to scope out this vision, to go and create this robotic systems within an interior vertical growth system, and let's engineer this, because we know it can be done. So what I'm getting at is that, what's the point in putting all this fear in people and everything, when we know that the only thing that's stopping us right now from building all of this together is this notion of money? So we're basically stopping our own progress over money. We could all just work together and get this done, but that's like fantasy land. But the reality of it is that we have to get it done. And so there's opportunity on the horizon with blockchain technologies, because this allows us to invite the entire world in and say, hey, global war excuse me, global world, let's work together. Let's let's create this beautiful vision together, because we know that the blockchain is immutable, and it comes to consensus. There's trust in it. It's the most secure thing that we have going out there. So if we're going to exchange information on this platform, let's do that for the betterment of humanity. It can't be all just about money. Part of it's got to be about securing the population. So this message has to get out there to the people right away, so they understand that there's no reason to keep being so fearful. The solution is in our hand. It's where we put our money. Just put it in an investment that's going to do what it says that it's going to do, that it's going to create, an opportunity for people to understand how to live life in their own regenerative system. So they're not reliant upon, all of these different networks. They can basically build on their own. So a man and a woman can go out there and raise a family, and if they want to purchase a piece of land, then they're able to complete trade on their own system in their own way, and for the greater good of the government network. Yes, the system is going to allow for some level of taxation in some way, but it has to be fair. In other words, it just hasn't been fair, and everybody knows that. So this is revolutionary. It can be done. people have to believe in it and they have to take action, because systems are being developed left and right, but nobody's coming out with clear transparency on how these systems can be used to better society and how to ensure security for humanity. There's no reason why we should be in this situation that we're in right now. And every scholar in the world will tell you that. Will tell you we could have avoided all of this. The only reason why we are in this situation right now is because of the tricks that men play with other men's minds. That's the only reason. And it's all out of greed. We do it out of greed because, they want to live a lavish life while they're here on this earth, while everybody runs around in circles, chasing a dollar just to give them back the dollar, because we all know that the dollar goes back to the same people that gave it to us. It's the bank. It's a banking system. It's a banking network. I mean, these systems are set up in place for a reason. And yeah, they'll probably be there for a long time, but right now we have an opportunity to have a fair shot. And God bless America for giving us that opportunity to be transparent and open and tell the public and say, hey, this is what it is. You know what I mean? Here, this is the real deal. This is what's happening in your world right now. They created, or we, not they, we, because, it's the human mind. The human mind and consciousness created, this system that allows encryption to be passed from computer to computer and basically be unhackable. I mean, yeah, you could talk about getting into quantum computers and the possibility of hacking different protocols and things like that. But, the reality of it is that it's just going to develop into something greater and greater with more and more capability, because that's how these networks are being designed. They're being designed for expansion, So again, these are highly intelligent people that are laying out the pathway for the future of society. And, there's no reason why we can't use our own intellect to be in business, to compete and business to bring a good product to market. I mean, because ultimately that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to bring a good product to market, and we're trying to treat people fairly, and we're trying to make sure that people that work for us, that can enjoy a good livelihood with security and trust, and not live in a way that they're just stressed out all the time because it's this job. I mean, part of your job should be something that you love doing, and we believe that people love growing plants. I mean, I love growing plants, so I mean, I think other people love growing plants, and
as opposed to like roofing.
Yeah, dealing with life. I mean, dealing with life, because that's what we're going to do with these systems, is design them to grow plants and create life. So we still need humans involved. Things have to be monitored, and we have to have the machines need us.
Yeah.
Like I tried to explain, we're all a part of a system. So we shouldn't fear the machine so much. We need to better understand,
what it can do,
how to interoperate together, because we're in this together. We're growing together. So yeah, does the human mind have a lot to catch up to the machine on? Absolutely. Is it possible? Probably not, but we can give it a good go.
Take a baby and use them as an android.
I don't know. I mean, I would imagine that if you could develop the mind to that level, then you might be able to do some pretty powerful things.
Elon Musk is planting chips in people's heads.
He's a highly intelligent man. Yeah. He's a highly intelligent man. There's a very, very great abundance of highly intelligent people in the world. It's a matter of getting those highly intelligent people, to be totally transparent about just everything, you know. I mean, knowledge is not something that I think that should be, you know, kept away from people. Just tell them the truth, man. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Tell people the truth about everything, you know. Now, is there some national security stuff that we need to be concerned about? I mean,
Maybe.
you know, maybe this is stuff that the scholars really have trouble kicking around. How do they tell people? Because there's just so much information that, you know, the general public can't really comprehend. I mean, how do you explain to them that, you know, every human on earth, that we're taking water molecules and smashing them together to contain plasma in a magnetic system called the tokamak? You know, how do you explain that? Science has gone so far. I mean,
Really let 'em know what you
you
want.
know, they're talking about, I mean, we're just saying, you know, that Elon's going to put people on Mars like it's rolling